What's up, guys? ISmileyzI here once again, bringing you another episode of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Justice for All. Last time, we were going to get a witness introduced to us, so let's see who that witness is, shall we? As I'm going through dialogue here, I'm going to talk about a couple things that I noticed. So I noticed that you can hear my mouse clicks in the first couple parts, so I adjusted some settings and should be fixed there. Additionally, it looked like I was going pretty slow through the text, so I'll try to go a little faster. And there was this weird little glitch thing happening at the upper right hand of my screen that I fixed, I think. I had to cut off part of the top screen, so it's only a little bit of the court record button, so it's not a big deal. Shouldn't be a big deal, at least. All right, so we're just talking about now how we talked about during the investigation where Max went to meet the ringmaster, and the ringmaster had stepped out for a little bit. We learned last time that Trillo should have seen the ringmaster in Max's costume instead of Max. Fabulous! It's actually the third time I'm recording this part because I screwed up the other two recordings, so yeah, hopefully it won't screw up this time. Yeah, it is pretty odd. What was the ringmaster up to, man? Where did the cloak go? Only the hat was found at the scene. Magician or president? I'll tell you one thing: him becoming a detective, probably not a great idea. Oh man, Max. I'm sure that decision was quite difficult to make. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be president. It's too much of a burden, man. So much is on your shoulders. Alright. It appears the next witness is going to be Mo Curls, or Lawrence Curls. Earth to Mo. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days. Autobiographical gibberish. That's like the best. That's like his best lines are when he gets whipped and starts spouting Fresh Prince lyrics. I don't know, man. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. Oh god. Oh dear. But a couple of clowns, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. Just stop, man. It's poor Mo. Poor Mo. Alright. Time for some testimony. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and a polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even try to come up with jokes just for today. This atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? I don't know about that testimony. It's, doesn't... I don't know, man. I didn't see any holes in that testimony. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Oh, gosh. Poor Gumshoe. Oh, the things that that man has to go through. I'll talk for as long as you want. Alright. Now for the real testimony. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. Oh dear, well that doesn't sound like good. That doesn't sound good for us. Yep, trial's over. Off kilter. Oh, it would bring disaster upon the court. Weightless saber rattling. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard pressing be referred to as that, but, uh-oh. So basically this means that if you press the wrong statement, you'll get penalized. Actually, there are a couple statements you can press and not get penalized, even though they're not the correct statements you need to press, but statements you need to press... This one. So, Mo, why did you glance out the window? Hold it! You just happened to glance out of the window? You say that. You can also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls! Synonyms aren't allowed either. Let's keep pressing here. Well, I would think normally you wouldn't look out a window. Well, sometimes you might, but... Oh, I'm sorry if you guys heard that. I couldn't mute my mic in time. Allergies acting up, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this testimony. Like, the idea is, if you go to the end of testimony, Maya's like, okay, we need to find what's different from what he told us last night, but I didn't really remember what he said. It was, you know, I did play the investigation, but I kind of sped through the dialogue, so... Forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we got some more testimony. Alright, now let's press this new statement, shall we? Hold it! What's it sound like? Haha. Yeah, a little predictable there, pal. Someone getting hit with something very hard. Interesting. So if it looked like they're getting hit very hard... let's see. What's the statement we need to... I think it's the last one? So, he just said that he looked out of his window because it sounded like he heard someone get hit with something really hard. But now he's saying that he saw Max clobber Ringmaster over the head. But it doesn't really make sense. Objection! I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Oh dear, that's, It is a nice penalty. Of course I do. Got a great reason to make my claim. Yeah, I suppose you'll be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is... the witness's very own testimony. And now Phoenix is just saying what I just told you because... he likes to steal the spotlight. Exactly. I like how there were like 2 exclamation points and a question mark after the judge's statement there. It's like, how you respond to that assessment? The C team theme. To anger this court. The layers of clown makeup to find the truth. Oh my. Pretty much. Oh, so he was already face down in the snow. The prosecution did. Tampering with witnesses again. Well, to be honest, in real life, like, prosecution, like, they'll talk to their witnesses, like, they'll like, rehearse their testimony and stuff. You know, technically you're not supposed to do that, but they do it anyway. I mean, it happens. Checked out. On permanent vacation. Oh dear. Mr. Curls. So guys, I just finished playing Phoenix Wright's Spirit of Justice. And I must say I did enjoy it quite a bit. Yes, exactly. Alright, so he didn't see the crime, but he saw the criminal. Someone's silhouette, huh? Just the silhouette, though? Oh dear. Alright, so now we're getting testimony on the silhouette that he saw. I was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he's carrying. Interesting. Well, I see an immediate contradiction there. He said he wasn't there. We have to keep believing that. Alright. Well, I know what the contradiction is, but let's start pressing. Hold it! That shadow belonged to Max. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. So the whole pressing penalty does not apply to this testimony. Exactly. I mean, that's our whole argument here. Hold it! Eyes like a hawk. Do they? I don't know. Birds do they have bad night vision? I guess it would make sense. Don't really see birds flying around at night, except like owls. But yeah. Hold it! You learn something every day. You're able to see that kind of detail from your window? Objection! There's a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight could have been able to see that much. What's your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye. Interesting. Hold it! Alright, this is the last statement, I believe. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? It's me incredibly hard. Yes, it must have. Blunt object. Well... Mo saw someone other than Max. Yeah, that's the... So we gotta do, and I have just the evidence to prove it. Alright, so... The silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there? I thought there was a third symbol. At least. That's what it shows in this promo poster. Objection! Sorry, forgot that. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo. Everyone knows that Max McGlack has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols. Yeah, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. I don't know that 3 or not. He saw what he saw. And he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? No fractions. I like it. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there wasn't any roses on the person I saw. Objection! The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. Objection! But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Objection! Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found him at the crime scene. Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. Well, we found the proof we needed here. Right. Trilla saw them all, so why didn't he see them all? What's going on here? Judge, forget the roses. Think about this other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but there should still be doubt lingering in your mind. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Aww. Poor Bo. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? Alright, more testimony. So, will this be the last testimony? Let's get started, shall we? There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Entire time, huh? Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. Oh dear. Alright, so no pressing this time. Okay. Decorations on it. I mean, there's a feather on it, but trying to remember if I'm pretty sure you can't press at all in this testimony. Just trying to remember. Yeah, I think it's the fact that he was wearing it the entire time, because if he was wearing it the entire time, then it wouldn't have fallen off. Yeah. Objection! Looks like I was right there. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Alright. To answer these questions, it was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... fell off at the crime scene, which means he wasn't wearing it the whole time. Huh, what could that mean? What is the meaning of all of this? Dang, Judge. Amongst other things. Oh dear. It's like, we've hit a nerve here. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? Yes. Yeah. It is pretty pitiful. Oh yeah, I guess left the scene, huh? That's new. You can't ask me that. Objection! Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Objection! This witness's testimony is full of holes. Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. Little guy. Is it alright with you, little guy? Little clowny wowny. He just turned around and walked away? But that's weird. That doesn't make sense. It contradicts a piece of evidence we have. And the evidence is... crime photo. No footprints. Exactly. If he walked away, like Mo said, there should have been footprints left at the scene. But if he didn't walk away, how did he leave? Oh my. Wait just a second. The truth, huh? You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this testimony. Oh, really? Francisco Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. Not funny, huh? That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. How weird could this truth possibly be? The circus music. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up till now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he... What the... This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew, he jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Fly people don't leave footprints. Yeah, about that. Poor Mo. But, is he wrong, though? Did the witness... Did he actually witness someone flying? This is all a dream, right? His eyes are playing tricks. He's telling the truth. Huh. Well, I don't know if it matters what you say, but let's say he's telling the truth. What he said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Oh! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. You imbecile! Looks like we made it to the end of the trial. Court is now in recess. Alright. We made it to the end. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew up in the air and disappeared. I know you didn't mean to ask me a fabulously stupid question. I can fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. I'm actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me up through the air. Damn it. My southern accent is not on point today. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. What a terrible magician. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule! Sorry, Max. Sorry you had to break a magician's creed to keep the magic trick secret. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea, let's do our best to catch this sucker. Alright. And that, my friends, is the end of the first trial. And a little bit of a longer episode today, but I wanted to finish up the trial. So, go ahead and save here. And I will see you guys in the next episode when we take on the second investigation. Peace out, guys. Hope you have a great day.